Hi, girlies. Before the episode starts, I want to let you know I'm on tour. Come see me live. I'm going to be in possibly your city. I'm going to be in Raleigh, April 4th through the 6th, Atlanta, Georgia, April 10th through the 12th, Austin, Texas at Cap City on April 23rd, Indianapolis on May 2nd to the 4th, Portland, Oregon, May 16th to the 18th, and Nashville, Tennessee, July 25th and 26th. This is the third episode of Feelin Girlie. If you don't hear your email on this one, there's a good chance we wrote it on the Patreon. If you want to come find us at the Feelin Girlie Patreon, link in the bio. Love ya. Bye.
If I was a girl, I'd run the city, kissing boys in the street, hiking up my mini. Back in high school, would have been the girl to beat. Football player's number on my cheek, cheating on him with his best friend Pete. Small town moms calling me fast, but I rode him slow in the backseat. It would have been a blast, feeling girly and Shirley. You know all of this is made up, cause I'm just a gay guy who's a little high, feeling a little girly, feeling a little girly.
Welcome to Feelin Girlie. I'm your host, Dylan Carlino. Hi, girls. Hey, girls. Welcome to Feelin Girlie. How are we doing this week? I'm doing pretty good. We were just here. I'm sitting here with my producers. And thank you guys. If you're listening to Feelin Girlie, you have no idea. Thank you so much. It means the absolute world to me. I met a bunch of people this week who have been listening to the podcast, and it's been like absolutely insane to meet girls out in the wild who are like, I listen to your podcast, and I'm so used to them being Some of This Is Bad fans that I'm like, which one? And they're like, Feelin Girlie. And I'm like, oh, they don't even know I have another podcast. If you want more of me, I do have another podcast, Some of This Is Bad, which you can check out. It's all about gay sex. But, and I probably shouldn't have said that because whatever, it doesn't matter. We were just talking about mouth taping because I recently got tricked by the TikTok ads to start mouth taping because I want a really, you know what the problem is? It's really hot people being like, do you want to be hot? It's like going into the hairdresser with like a picture of a model and be like, make me look like this. And it's like, okay, we can only do the hair pig. You know what I mean? Like you can't have everything. And so I don't know what it was, and maybe I was feeling insecure, maybe I was just having a rough day, but I bought the mouth tape off TikTok Shop, and I have been mouth taping every single night. And in the middle of the night, I have these it's almost like a dream, and I can almost see it, like it's dark in my room, and I feel myself rip it off in the middle of the night because I wake up and it's, for some reason, here's the thing, a slob, because I wake up and it's attached to my chest hair, and then in the morning I have to, and it, by the way, it rips my chest hair. I have like patches missing from chest hair from these mouth tape that I like put on my body while it's really sick. But yeah, that's, I guess, what I wanted to say. It's not working. And I don't know how long it's supposed to take until you're supposed to be hot for mouth taping. But I'll tell you this, 4 days, it's done nothing. I also want to say, people keep coming up to me after hearing the podcast being like, you're hot. Stop saying, it's like, I know. Let me try harder. You know what I mean? Like, some of you are okay with how you look, and I think that's great, but I want to be like the hottest version of myself. Did you grab the mic because you have something to say?
No, I just wanted to be prepared.
Okay, and that's why we have a female producer on, because they're always prepared and ready to talk, even when they don't want to. Because I can tell that Ariel's uncomfortable, but here we are.
No.
Are you not uncomfortable with the microphone?
No, I'm not.
Okay,
Why?
great.
I don't look.
No, you've told us multiple times off camera that you're uncomfortable talking.
She'll re-listen to what she says in the edit.
Yeah, and be like, oh,
And
fuck.
cringe.
Yeah, but don't do that, because on this podcast, you're always welcome to speak whenever you want to.
Thank you.
Of course. Do you have anything that's making you feel girly this week?
I don't know. I feel girly today for the first time in a while because I got ready and am wearing makeup, and I haven't done that since I was here last week.
Oh wow! I don't know why Ariel's getting all made up to do a gay man's podcast. She's like, I gotta look hot for Dylan. It's like, okay, you're scaring me. Also, I want to say, the mouth taping stuff, and everyone who's listening to this is like, shut up about the mouth taping stuff. I truly think this is my curse in life, which is one, I want a more defined jawline, but two, I also have an underbite, and so it's it's gonna get pronounced either way. You know what I mean? It's just gonna keep being worse. But I think is that worse? Does having an underbite make it less?
It's supposed to be the opposite. If
Yeah.
you have an overbite, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
Supposed to fix the overbite, not the underbite.
Oh, yeah, I have a severe underbite, which people love to bring up in my comment section and be like, do you know that you have an underbite? And I'm like, I have a mirror and I can feel my mouth. But I actually do think that, because I believe everything in life is karma, because there was this girl when we were in high school and she worked at the McDonald's and she was a very sweet girl, but she had a really bad underbite and she actually had to get the surgery. And I used to like do like, which is so mean, but you know what I mean? Here's the thing. Was I a horrible person or was I 15? You know what I mean? Like and this is my karma because I didn't have an underbite then. And because of how I made fun of her, I now have an underbite. And I'm like, wow, this is really comes all back to haunt you. And I have nothing but love for that girl. And she got her surgery and I now look like a freak, but and that's fine. And I'm sure some of you are listening to this being like, why are we attacking people the way they look? What else do we have? You know, if you have nothing. I was in small town Massachusetts, I was hiding being gay, and I was mean. I was like a mean viper. Okay, but I really worked on myself and I'm nice now, I guess. I think I'm pretty nice. Do you think people in the comedy scene here think I'm nice?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a no.
They do. They really do.
Okay.
Nobody has anything bad to say about you.
That's what people always say, but I feel like there's secret sections of people who have bad things to say
I feel
about
like
me.
That's inevitable for everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't care if people say bad things about me. I just want to know what they're saying. You know what I mean? I'm like, maybe there's some market research that I could take it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, maybe I could learn something if you would tell me what your problem with me is. But I don't think people feel like comfortable telling me that kind of stuff. But that's how life all is. Everyone's just talking behind everybody else's back, I think. What's making me feel girly this week? I have not been feeling that girly. I've been actually feeling very masculine, which is really, actually I did my 10-minute set for OnlyFans. If you guys see a link on my link tree on Instagram and you see OnlyFans, just know it's for comedy. I did it for the bag, and it wasn't even that big of a bag, just to throw that out there. So that will be coming out soon, but I did have to get my makeup done by a really hot gay guy who was like all ripped or whatever. And then I was like, is it my turn? And he was like, I was like, I cannot believe this guy's gonna touch my face. And he was like, you know when guys are wearing clothes where you can tell from every single part of their body that they're absolutely shredded? And he was like that. And so I was like, will you make me look pretty? Will you make me look like you? He was like, okay. And then he started doing my makeup, and I was kind of like, oh, this is fun. And that made me feel really girly. And then when you get your makeup done, and maybe this is more of like a girl feeling, and then you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, I'm beautiful. You know, that's really how I felt. And then it like wiped all the way off because 9 hours later we actually shot it. And then I was like, I'm sure I look horrific in the actual video, but like I said, nobody's going to see it. And I just did it for the $4,000. That's like comedy, and like they'll be pissed I did that, I'm sure. But actually I just wanted to say, anyone who's watching this who came to my St. Louis headlining shows, thank you so much for coming out. They were incredible shows. It's absolutely a dream that what's going on online for me is translating into you guys coming to see me live, and the shows have been so much fun. I will say it's a new experience for me to, just because off the bat, and I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but it's like I've been doing stand-up for 10 years. I've been like working towards this stuff for like 10 years. And so for it to be like actually seeing, like people are seeing me online, it's like by that time, it's very new for me. Like I got to the airport, and before I even got to my gate, I was stopped for pictures like 7 times. And it does feel a little like, what do you want a picture for? You know what I mean? And not to be like rude, you know, because I'm not used to it. I'm like, I get, and then you want to be like, how do you know me? Whatever. It's all girls, obviously. I love, and every single girl that stops me, I'm obsessed with them. They're all pretty. They're all kind. A lot of them are young. They're like 18, 19, 21. I'm like, okay, I was kind of hoping for 27, but it was like insane. Like it happened like 7 times. And then like I got on the plane, and the girl next to me was like freaking out that she follows me online. And then like as I'm talking to her, another girl's like walking down the aisle of the plane, and she's like, I just have to say, I'm like, my God, this is, and I heard someone be like, I was telling someone about this, and they're like, is it annoying yet? And I was like, no, not at all. I love it. I'm actually obsessed with it. If you see me out in the wild, please stop me. You're making my day. It was like one of the coolest experiences ever. But then I went, and my flight got canceled. It was a whole nightmare. I don't know if you've ever been in the airport and your flight gets canceled, but immediately I turn into like don't snap at anybody. And then I'm like, I had to like go to the desk, and I like walked up, and I was like, hi. It was a woman there, so I was like, my flight got canceled. She's like, yeah, you're on the 8 o'clock now. And I was like, okay, I'm a stand-up comedian, and I have to be there before 7 p.m. And she was like, stop talking. And I was like, oh. And then she was like, I didn't want to be rude. She's like, I'm sorry I interrupted you like that. She's like, but there was only one seat left on the plane, and I got you on it. And I was like, oh my God, how bad would that have been if I missed my first headlining dates? Of course, it was a middle seat. I was not, I am 6'5". I'm not built for the middle seat. And let me tell you something, when I'm in the middle seat, the people next to me, they're pissed. You don't want me in the middle seat. I should be on the aisle. I also think that the airlines are so fucking greedy. It's actually crazy. Every single time I'm walking into an airplane, all I think about is, I cannot believe, I think I should start an airplane. I should design an airplane that gives everybody leg room. I mean, wouldn't you? Let me tell you this. If we had an airline that everybody got leg room, there is no business class, and then we just sold them as regular tickets, wouldn't you always want to be on that airline? Wouldn't you book every single flight with that airline? You would go, why would I book American when I can book Dylan's plane? That's the name of my flight. Dylan's, I don't know. I'm not a Delta girl. I'm not an American girl. I don't use Spirit. I only fly Dylan. And I don't understand why we aren't doing this, and it's because they're all in cahoots. I feel like it must be like let's all pack people filled. But if we got more planes and better room, nobody would fly the other planes. And we need somebody to step up and create a new airline. We haven't had a new airline in a long time. When was the new airline?
It's true. I don't know.
Trump tried to do one, and they shut that down pretty
Really?
quick. Yeah.
Okay, don't compare me to Trump. I mean, that's why did they shut him down? Well,
People are flying with him.
yeah, of course. I mean, well, if it was like, let's go in Trump Air, it's like, oh, great, we're gonna crash. All my girly Trump supporters are like, what?
Pink God. They're pink.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, I have something to say about Trump supporters too, but nothing like crazy, But so after the shows, I did by the way, if you come to any of my live shows, which I really hope that you do, I'm going to be in Raleigh, whatever. We'll do something later with that. But I should be like, I'm going to be in Raleigh, Atlanta, Indianapolis, Portland, Hoboken, blah, blah, blah. You can find all the tickets on my punch up. But if I do like meet and greets, which still feel like there's something weird about like people wanting to meet you, because you're like, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go out and say hi to people, and there's like a line, but you're like, this is so new for me that it almost feels like embarrassing that like the walk to the hallway where you're like, I guess I'm gonna like, I guess the assumption that people would want to take pictures with you, to me, is like humiliating. But then you get out there and there's like a line around, and you're like, oh, what? They're here. So it's less. And every single girl I met was like so fun, so cool. There were a couple of gay guys, a couple of straight guys. One straight guy, he was like absolutely shredded. He like took a picture, and then he like posted it on TikTok and was like, are we having a connection? And I was like, what's going on? Which is like, I'm like, you're like, this is insane. But this is something very new to me, and this is I would like to address with the girls. Multiple women told me that they wanted to have sex with me. What are we at time-wise?
12.
Oh, thank God. We're over the 10, so we can talk about sex. Multiple women. There was one girl, very beautiful girl. I was like, if I was straight, I would probably go after this girl. But I'm gay. And this is after the show. And if you see my stand-up, like, it is a lot about being gay. It's a lot about, like, sucking cock and doing gay guy stuff. Because that's what I am. And my whole hour is, like, Dylan doing gay guy stuff. That's my special is going to be called Gay Guy Stuff. And she came up to me and she's like rubbing her body on me and then like touching my face, and she's like petting me, and she's like, you're so handsome, you're so hot. She's like, I need to, and she did that thing where she was like, oh my God, I have to stop flirting with you. And I was like, I just talked about sucking cock for an hour, and now you're out here like trying to have sex with me. Like, I don't know what this mental disorder is, but I'm loving it. I'm like, I was like, is this what women feel like when like guys are being like touchy, or like, is this what straight male comics, is this what the kind of attention they get after getting off stage? Like, because gay guys don't care when you do well on stage. Gay guys are like, you could live or die, they don't care. It's like humiliating. And so it was a very, very strange, she like wrapped her arms or like underneath my waist I was like, this is nuts. And then multiple other girls were like, just to let you know, I would have sex with you. And I was like, why? Would you ever want to have sex with a gay guy, Ariel?
I mean, yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. Is that a turn on? Are you one of those girls? Well, I think there's an epidemic happening of straight women who watch gay guy porn.
Oh, okay.
Do you ever do that?
No.
Yeah. No, Josh. You ever watch gay guy porn?
Not on purpose.
Just on accident when you clicked the wrong video.
You type Latino instead of Latina.
You know what's so You know what's so funny about gay guy porn too with all of the sites, and you guys probably don't know this. It's like it's on like it'll be like X videos or Pornhub, but it's like a whole other side of the website. It's like Pornhub gay. It's like almost impossible to find gay guy porn on straight sites. So when guys like I accidentally saw it, I'm like, how? You have to change the website. It's like that's how you know they're lying. Like I accidentally saw it. I'm like, no, there's a separate website. It's like truly separation of church and state. It's like gay and straight. Like and if you're on the gay side, anything you type, it's only gay that comes up. You could type in like woman and it's gonna come up with like a sex doll. You know, like it's really crazy. Sometimes I watch sex doll porn. Okay. I know maybe that was too much to say, but is that crazy to admit on this podcast? Because sometimes I want to see the straight guys having sex, but I don't want to have a real woman there. And I do that for you girls because I respect you and I respect your soul. And I thought, you know what? Is that bad?
So you don't find women like attractive at all? Like
no, I do, but it's like when I know when they're real and they have a soul, I go like I don't want to. She could be my friend. Mm-hmm. That's what I think about when I see women having sex in videos. I go like, what if that was my friend? And then I think about all my girlfriends, and I'm like, oh my God, I would never want them to think I would ever want to have sex with them now because they're all beautiful. But it's like, oh my God, no, it's just like this sacred bond that we have as gay guy and girl. I feel like it's broken the minute I try to have sex with a woman. It's not that I'm opposed to having sex with a woman. It's just that I'm the unwritten contract of the sacred connection of gay guy and girl. I will not break. I will not break it. And I swear that's my promise to you girls. Okay. I will never break that with you. Okay. And the minute I have sex with a woman, it's broken. It's kind of like when Eliza Thornberry like speaks the truth in the end of the movie that she can talk to animals and she loses her powers. Like that's how I feel. Like if I have sex with a woman, it's gonna be like I can talk to animals, and then it's just like the clouds change gray, and like the sun goes away, and I'm just like hovering up, and it's like and then that's how you become a gay's gay, and then girls start hating you, and I just can't do that.
I don't think that would happen.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, I guess then start lining up girls to get on the lap. But, oh, really? You guys are cool with it? Yeah. Okay, great. No, I think I could have sex with a woman. I don't think I could let one suck my dick. I don't know. Is that different? I don't know. That just feels bad. I feel like, yeah. Well, I just want you girls to have fun, and I don't want to be the type of guy that's like, I don't know if you're necessarily gonna have fun with me. I would do it in like a threesome with another guy. Is this so sexual? Okay. I was really not trying to be like the most sexual person in the world. But yeah, but girls, how about this? Let's just stick to our own sexualities. But yeah, the St. Louis shows were great. And then I got home and I got back to my hotel and I got on Grindr, and wow, the boys in St. Louis are gross. Not to be like, it was just like shocking to see so many guys who were like, I think they were on meth. And I was like, it was like midnight, and Grindr's like fun during the day and like late at night. But right once midnight hits, you go into drug addict territory where it's like straight guys who are looking to who are like, I'll let you suck my dick if you have meth. And you're like, I think I'm just going to go to bed. I think it's time for me to go to bed because actually these people are scaring me. And I can't let you into my hotel room. They got me a suite. And so I literally walked into my hotel room in St. Louis and there was a kitchen in it, and I was like, I can't have guests. I can't. They'll try to rob me. I was like, not this way. Yeah, but if things come to the St. Louis shows, and then yeah, I came home. I've been playing with my dog, and then I is it bad to like, is it not classy? I went on a date yesterday, but do you think it's not classy to talk about it?
I guess it depends what you say.
Okay, I guess we'll find out. But and I have a very weird relationship with dating because I don't do it. And so I never do it. And I never go on dates. Like, I think this was the first date I had gone on in 2.5 years. And which is, I think, a long time to like not go. And by the way, when I say a date, we went for a walk. And I just have a lot of insecurities. And then, but something about like maybe my career and like stopping drinking and finding myself and like really, I think being good with myself inside, I was like, I can start going on dates. My only problem with going on dates, and I think I've said on the podcast before, I just think if your life is a movie, when you get on the apps, you're meeting extras who are never supposed to have a line in your movie. And then all of a sudden you're like, how did this person get here? You know what I mean? Like, I think life is more like you should just meet people in real life, but then you're gay and you're in Texas and you're walking around and you go like, where is he? You know what I mean? And you go, I'll go online, and then you talk to whatever. And so I talked to this guy, and it was on Grindr, but it was like not sexual, which is like a pretty good start to be like, oh wow, we're like chatting about music, you know, which is like really crazy. And so we were supposed to hang out, and I kind of was pushing it off because I'm insecure about my own body and he has abs. And so I was like, and I recently had a friend told me, he goes, a straight friend, he goes, you know what's crazy about you? He goes, what? I go, what? And he goes, oh, like with you standing in front of you, you can't tell that there's anything wrong with your body. He goes, but I know that once you take your shirt off, we all know it's really bad. And I was like, yeah, thank you so much for reminding me of that. I am tricking people. That's why I do feel like I'm half trans, because I secretly have a bad body underneath here, and guys get tricked and then they're not interested. And that's fine. Everybody's allowed to be into, I know Ariel's like about to start crying. She's like, looks so sad as I'm talking about this. I think that like body positivity is great. Everybody's beautiful. You're allowed to be whatever. But I think there's also, you have to be like realistic about like, listen, 8 out of 10 times I send a guy a shirtless picture on Grindr, blocked. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's not, yeah, it's bad, and I'm going to get surgery. Please watch the episode. I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube. So, guys, if you guys could please help me monetize on YouTube so I can start making money so I can get my chest surgery, that would be incredible. And begging like Ash Trevino for money. They don't know who Ash Trevino is. And so I was nervous to go meet up with this guy because he's like shredded. And then I had this crazy thought before the date, and I was like, what if and he also had a really good voice. Like, he was sending me voice memos, and I was like, oh, wow, this is crazy. And so he had like a little bit of a Southern accent. It was like super deep, which that's like kind of hard to find with gay guys. Like, you guys hear me, I sound psychotic. And he did not sound like me. Like, if this is what I sound like he sounded like, hey. He kept calling me Bubba. He'd be like, hey, Bubba. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And so I was like, I'm going to do something that I never do. Also, I want to quickly say, I'm really sorry for holding the mic with that stand on the first 2 episodes. It looks insane. And I saw that and I was like, I'm never doing it again. So I do apologize for that. I was talking to this guy. And so I was like, all right, Dylan, just meet up with him. And I was like, you're literally like a famous comedian now. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, if this guy doesn't like you, it doesn't matter. You know, it truly doesn't matter. You have so many good things in your life. And so I was like, all right, I made plans with them. And I was like, let's go for a walk. And then I was driving there and I was like, well, it's crazy. I'm not nervous at all. And then I was like, oh yeah, I don't care about this. And you know what I realized is that whenever I don't care about something, it's like, that's the best possible situation because you have like no stakes. And I'm sure some of you are listening to this being like, yeah, no shit, you should go into dates with no stakes. And it's like, yeah, but when you're so desperate for like love or attention or like male attention, sometimes I think that's like who I used to be. You end up being like, well, I really hope this works out. And it's like, I went into this one being like, who truly cares? And there's a difference between being like, who cares? And then caring on the inside, and then like, who cares? And like, truly it doesn't matter. And I've been finding this with stand up as well, which I like, before I go on stage, I'm like, even at big shows, I'm like, this doesn't matter. And it really just like, you have no nerves whatsoever. And so I think I'm living in abundance and not scarcity. And maybe I'm just rambling at this point, but I went on a date with this guy and immediately I was like, this isn't it. And he's a really nice guy and he's very handsome, but you know.
He's watching this right now. Like,
oh my God, I know. Well, listen, like, He's a nice guy. He really is, and he's very handsome, and I think has a good soul. But then there was a couple of things where he'd bring up a comedian, and then he'd be like, "Yeah," and she like hates Trump supporters, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I just didn't. I was like, "Okay, well, yeah, maybe that's like annoying to be like, oh, maybe he's like one of those moderate people that's like." I don't think we should hate anybody and we can all educate or whatever. But then 20 minutes later, he was talking about somebody else and he was like, yeah, and they hate Trump supporters. And I was like, okay, so you're a Trump supporter, which is like, I could date a Republican 100%. That's not a problem for me, depending on like what his values are. I can't date a Trump supporter. If you support Donald Trump, I just think you lack critical thinking skills. I don't think you're a bad person. I just think you're dumb. And and I'll stand on that. And like, I don't think you're a bad person. And I actually think you deserve like a lot of riches in life. I just think like up here, your brain's melted and you can't control that because and I think you're weak minded because you fall for propaganda. So, but have fun. And if you're listening to this and you're like, well, I'm a Trump supporter and I really liked you. I love you too, girlie. You know what I mean? Like I just said, we can get dinner. Am I going to trust you with my secret and my love? No. But this guy, and also it was like fine, but then he had a lot to say about how there's a Latina playing Snow White. And which is like, I want to say I didn't even know they were remaking Snow White. You know what I mean? Like this is how far off. Yeah, and he had a lot to say about like wokeism. And like it's why he like canceled his Netflix subscription. And and I just thought it was so funny. It's funny when like people who I guess like everyday people. He was like, I don't know why every single TV show has to have like a trans person and a black person and this person and that person. And I tried to say like, well, do you think maybe because I will say, I think a lot of those shows on Netflix that do have a very diverse cast, I go, maybe I don't think the diverse cast isn't the problem. Maybe it's just bad writing. You know what I mean? Like it's not the characters, it's how they wrote them. And he was like, maybe. I was like, and then because I feel the need to like, I'm from small town Massachusetts, so when people start talking crazy stuff like that, I feel the need to be like, and I'm manipulative, so I'm like, I bet I can manipulate them into thinking how I do, and I'll take the time. Some of you bitches write people off. I don't. I will invite a Trump supporter over my house every single Christmas, and then slowly 10 years later, they'll be like, you know what, Dylan, you were right. I was wrong. And I'll go, I know, I've been working here for 10 years. I really believe that. I think we all have different jobs in this world, you know? Some people, they have to go no contact. That's beautiful. You can't handle doing the work. I can be around Republicans and kindly show them that they're wrong over years and years and years. And if I don't get them, I tried. And that's good enough for me. 28, I think it's time to move to emails. Can I just say, the girls have been incredible emailing. In the last week, I've gotten like 100 emails, which is nuts. I have not read any of them. There was an update to one of the emails, so I wanted to kind of start with that. To the girl who said her boyfriend can't make her come. And she did email me, and I think she was trying to do some clarifications. Okay, let me just find it right here. I'm so sorry. But also, I almost just said, what's going on with you guys? Ariel, will you say something while I do this?
Oh, hi, everyone.
Ariel, that's great. I go, you say something? Oh, hi, everyone.
Ariel does have a fear of public speaking.
Oh, do you?
So this is sort of exposure therapy.
Just speaking in general, not even public, just talking to anyone. Yeah, hope everyone's having a great day.
Okay, when did you lose your virginity? I thought that was gonna get a laugh. Oh my god, that's so funny. No, I literally just said something crazy because I was like, I bet I could do this. Should I just? Okay, I'm not gonna find this. I actually don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care. About the girl who. Yeah, let's just find a new one. Will you cut all that out? Cut all of that out, Ariel, or you're in a lot of trouble. Okay, and she's learning. Okay, let's just. Oh, I found it. Sorry, I found the update. Okay. Okay, so this is from the update of her boyfriend won't go down on her. Hello again. So I saw your podcast and decided to email you again to clear some of the questions up. He's not violent or that kind of way, so no worries there. Yeah. Because I said refuse sex, but men can be violent. I would refuse sex, but we were already on a once a month schedule. I think that's really bad, honey. I don't think you only have sex once a month. That's really, I think he might be cheating on you too. I feel like if you're only having sex with a man once a month, you're probably going to start cheating, right? Yeah. Yeah. Women can go a lot longer, I think. You're well, I've heard from women that like they can, once they like get over the hump of not having sex, they can go like forever. You know what I mean? Like once you don't do it for like 3 months, you're like, I could do it for 6 years. But if you're in the rotation of doing it a lot, yeah. Okay, your advice definitely helps, and I think that the reason why I wonder if it's bad is because I don't have many friends because all the kids and stuff, so I don't know what's normal and what's not normal. And on top of all of that, you are correct. He isn't good in other areas of the relationship either. Never calls me beautiful or pretty, never validates me. Oh, honey. But we got together on a weird terms because he liked how he housed me when I was young. So it wasn't until I had the kids that I was like, whoa, this isn't good. And you are correct. I've been getting urges to cheat. I've been drinking a lot and gaining a lot of weight. But ever since the start of this year, I finally decided to turn everything around and start losing the weight and taking care of my drinking. But yeah, all this stuff, self-growth and stuff, I've been kind of reconsidering the relationship. And if this is for me, there's barely any intimacy, no romance. Oh, sweetheart. Oh, this is awful. And every single time I try to talk to him about it, he just says I'm nagging him. And I tried to bring the vibrator into the picture, and he said if he would like that. But he just puts it anywhere but where it feels good. And when I try to show him where to put it, he gets frustrated, and I hate this and gives up. But thank you for the advice. It's also funny that you lived in Portland because you're totally a guy I would talk to at a bar. Oh my God. Okay. And you sent pictures. Thank you so much for sending pictures. Okay. I have to talk to you about this. Number one, I've been there with the drinking. I've absolutely gone so when I'm miserable and start drinking too much. Here's what I'm gonna say about the drinking and the losing weight. Lose weight, whatever. Do whatever you want. If you don't feel comfortable in the weight that you're at, that's 100% fine. And you should be comfortable doing whatever you want. Also, working out will make you feel better if you have the time. I know you have all these kids. I think you should really, if you're already only fucking him once a month, I think I hate telling people to stop drinking. Stop drinking altogether. And I know that you think all you're doing is numbing the uncomfortableness of your relationship. And what you can do is stop drinking, work out, make yourself the best version of yourself, work harder, be the best mom you can be, get your shit together, and save up some money and leave him. Because you're already in a situation where it's like still not good. Even if he's not violent, he seems neglectful. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. You are very pretty. You sent pictures. You have gorgeous long hair. You're very, very pretty. Your boyfriend looks like a school shooter. You sent both pictures, and I'm being completely real with you. And this is me as a good friend. You are young. You can get. I'm telling you right now. You save up your money, hide out on the side, stop drinking, work out, be with your kids, try to make some new friends if you have time. Everything you should be doing in your relationship right now is to get you to the point that you can leave and set yourself up for success. And maybe that's not fair to him, but it doesn't really think like he cares about your feelings that much. So be a double agent in your life. I don't know if this is good. I think this is great advice. Be a double agent in your life. Make him think that you're just working on yourself in the relationship, but every single thing that you do, you are secretly getting to the point where you can leave him with enough money, mental stability, and live your life. I'm literally looking at a picture of you. I'm like shocked at how pretty you are. I am not even joking. This might be one of the shooters from Colorblind. I'm scared of him. I'm actually scared of your boyfriend. Like, can I show Josh?
I wanna see.
Number one, how pretty is she?
Oh, yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Oh, God.
Honey. And I'm not saying this to be mean and to make fun of him. You are so pretty. I'm shocked at who you're dating. Oh yeah, Ariel, come look. Because tell me right now, she's not absolutely gorgeous. Look at this, classic beauty.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's and I'm not saying this to hurt your feelings. I'm saying this because he doesn't care about you, and I think you were in a vulnerable spot when you met him. He housed you. Maybe you're going through a hard time with your family. But just because somebody helped you out once doesn't mean that they get the rest of your life, and you guys will be connected for the rest of your lives because you had kids together, but you don't have to be emotionally connected to him, and you can have a much more beautiful, fulfilling life. I hate being like, leave the guy you're with, is it bad? I don't want to tell you what to do, but like, I think you have so much potential to have a beautiful life, and he's holding you back. Okay. That's all I'm going to say. If you want, but thank you so much for emailing, and thank you. And not that I appreciate you clearing up that he's not violent or anything like that. I just think that you should focus on yourself. And yeah, I'm sending you a lot of love, and I really hope I get to meet you one day. And you're a wonderful person, and you got this. And I'm sure you're a great mom. Let's move on to the next one. Should I just do Russian roulette and just go open any of them? Friend drama. Ooh, okay. Hi. New email. First of all, I want to say that I didn't even finish the damn TikTok because sprinting to Spotify for that first episode, and let me tell you, I laughed so hard. Slay. Oh my God, thank you so much. Anyways, so I have a housemate, right? I lived with her for almost 2 years, and the first year was bliss, but it's slowly gone downhill the further into it. Let me just list you off some of the issues that have occurred. So number one, I can't do anything without her copying and making sure she's better. Classic girls. They're always one original and one copier. Every single time, there's two different girls. There's the original and the copier. Ariel, you have something to say about this?
Oh, I mean, I agree. I think that's very accurate.
Are you the original?
She's the original.
Yeah, and you have girls that copy you?
I don't know.
Yes.
No, I don't know.
Yes.
No, it's 100%. I by the way, I'm original to myself, but if anyone tells me to do anything, I'll copy. Or if I see someone, you know what? I'm a copier. If you have like cool stuff in your room, I'll be like, where did you buy it? And I'll buy the exact same one. I don't care. I'm a copier. Okay. 2, I can't buy anything without her buying the same or better. Copying. Yeah, so so you have a stage 5 copier.
It's also like a competitiveness too. I feel like
Oh,
if
with
they're trying
girls.
to do it better.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah, and it says she's trying to make sure it's better.
Yeah.
3, there is a 0 household respect. She never cleans or tidies. She doesn't care about my personal space or my things, and it's so annoying. Yeah, that's not good. 4, she always brings guys over, right, which is fine, I guess, but I've tried telling her I don't feel too safe. You having random strangers in the house like that. What if he's a murderer? I don't know. He could just be a creep, you know. She's not putting herself in any danger. She's putting me in danger. I totally hear you with that. It's definitely, girls hate when you bring random guys over to the house. You don't have to tell me about it. I live with lesbians. Think how that goes for my dating life. Can't bring random guys to have sex with, but it actually has made me a better person. But what do you want your roommate to go over to his house? He'll definitely kill her there. So now for the worst part. Listen, I'm not calling her a slut. We don't do that here. But this girl has slept with at least 50 guys since we met 2 years ago. And in December, she found out she's pregnant, and she does not know which one of her November friends is the father. Now she's pregnant. The bad habits have gotten worse, by the way. She's dirtier than ever, and it's vile. But yeah, I know I need to move on. When in my second year of university, I can't actually really until I'm finishing next year. I think what makes matters worse is that I've been with my man for 6 years. Here we go. And all I want to do is move back home with him, and I'm stuck with a pregnant lady oath. Please give me sympathy. Thank you for being hilarious and slay. Okay. I will give you sympathy in the fact that she is copying you and that she doesn't clean her tidies. That sucks. I don't know what your issue is with her sleeping with 50 guys in the last 2 years. That's really not even that much. And also, not to be rude, none of your fucking business. I'm going to give you a little bit of a hard truth. No, I think it's so rude to do that. What you're doing is you're like putting up male ideas of like, she's a slut. It's like, no, she's a girl. She's on the team. And so who cares? Maybe she had issues growing up, or maybe she just really likes sex. I don't think we should be being like, she's had sex with 50 guys in the last 2 years. I mean, like, let's be honest. What is that? 4 guys a month? That's not that crazy. I'm sorry. If they're in college, put it this way. If they're in college and they're going out every single weekend and they meet, and she's saying 50, she doesn't 100% know it's 50. What if it was 30 and it's 2 guys a month or 3 guys a month? I don't think that's a problem. She's a young girl. She should be able to do whatever she wants. If she feels sexually fulfilled by having sex with 50 guys in the last 2 years, guess what, honey? If that's you have a problem with that with her, you don't even want to know what I've done in the last 2 years. You think 50 is high? Oh my God. My apartment used to be called the Suck Shack. Why don't you put that together, what I was doing there? So this girl, and you know what? Yeah. Why don't we offer the girl you're living with a little bit of sympathy? Yeah, she doesn't know which one of the guys she fucked in November is the father of her child. That's tough. Okay, you sitting on your high horse in your 6-year relationship. I want to be with my boyfriend. I want to move back. My whore roommate's also dirty. Cut it out. Her life that's not her business. If she wants to fuck 100 guys. There's nothing wrong with that as long as she's doing exactly what she wants. Okay. So you'll get sympathy that she's a fucking slob. I don't like that either. I don't like that she doesn't do the dishes. I don't like that she doesn't tidy up. That's not cool. Who the father of her child is, honey, why don't you be a little bit more supportive? Okay. I'm sure she's really fucking scared. Do you have anything to say, Ariel?
No.
And you know what I love when people write in friend drama. I mean, listen, also, if you don't want to have sluts as friends, that's fine. I like sluts as friends. I like girls who know how to have a good time. Maybe you, and I say this with love, should go back to your hometown and marry your 6-year relationship. And then guess what? You're going to be in a relationship for 20 years. And then guess what? You're going to get divorced and you're going to be the slut. Okay. So karma always comes back. What did I tell you about my underbite? It always comes back. You think you're on your high and mighty? Watch your boyfriend cheat on you. Maybe that's what the real insecurity is. Maybe you're afraid that your boyfriend would cheat on you with a girl like your roommate and she's copying you. And maybe she's trying to steal your man. I don't know. I doubt that, but I think you have to give her a little bit of grace. I hope she's getting an abortion though, because I right? Did she say that? She found out she's pregnant. Well, I I don't hope she's getting an abortion. I think if she wants an abortion, I hope she should get one. And I support that. And if she wants to keep it, then that's her business as well. But I think maybe show your roommate a little bit of grace, because people act out sexually for a lot of different reasons. Maybe I hate to bring this up. Maybe she was molested. Maybe something bad happened, or maybe she really just loves having sex. And anything could be true, but I don't think we should judge her for that. Am I right?
Yeah, I agree. Do they get along in general? I don't remember.
Yeah, they said it was bliss.
Oh, well, yeah.
Why don't you just try? Yeah, maybe just talk to her and say, hey, could you clean up? I know you're 9 months pregnant and you don't know who the dad is, but could you do your fucking dishes?
Yeah, just try to communicate.
Do you ever think to yourself, like, has any of my friends ever written into a podcast about me? I think I would die. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, Joe, because and maybe I was too hard on you, and I hope and just to let you know, that was called Tough Love, and there's love in the title for a reason, okay, because I still love you so much. Should we do another Russian roulette of emails? Okay, new email. I just need to share something. The night I met him was April 17th, 2024 at 11:02 p.m. You're a stalker. What is this? I'm scared. I had to walk to my bus stop in tears because me and my mom just had a massive fight, the biggest one yet. Me and my mom have a strained relationship. Anyways, I sat in the bus stop in my chin on my knees and I cried, and I heard his voice in his stupid Scottish accent. He had told me it wasn't safe here for someone like me. Oh my God, it's not safe here for someone like you. Oh my God. He had told me it wasn't safe for someone like me, and I live near, so come with me. I don't know why I trusted him. No, I never would have, but it was my soul had told me to go with him. Ever since then, I have turned to him. When my mom used to starve me, I lived with him for 2 weeks straight. One time I walked to his house in the rain and I caught a cold. You yelled at me for being careless, but later the night comforted me anyways. The first time we'd kissed was May 3rd, 2024 at 6:23 p.m. I spent my entire summer practically in love with him. In the summer, me and him created soul ties, bonds, slept to skin, cried in each other's arms, and as soon as summer ended, he had left without any goodbye. I felt miserable. I told myself it was the soul tie, and now I need him back. I don't know what to do. Send help. Okay. I think you have a severe mental illness. I don't mean that in a mean way. I think I wasn't sure if this was supposed to be like poetry or like the timing stuff is like really scary. Why would you follow some guy from a bus stop? He must have been hot. I'll tell you this. If a really hot guy was like, come to my house, a girl, honey, I don't know. I'm nervous. It sounded like you got love bombed. I'm going to be real with you. I think, I'm sorry about you and your mom's relationship. This is, by the way, awful email. I'm not sure how this isn't how we write stories or advice. This is like a diary entry that you would read back when you're older. I'm sorry you're going through a really hard time. People manipulate other people all the time. I think it should have been a good sign when you met him at the bus stop. I know. Is this too mean? I'm like shocked.
You're being mean today. It's funny.
Okay, I know it.
Being honest today.
Yeah, no.
But it's like kind of what you sent to me shocked me to like in a really scary way.
You sound young.
You do sound young, and if you, I'm hoping over the age of 18 because this is crazy. Oh, soul ties aren't real. I like creating them's not real. Like this is. I know you feel miserable. You don't need them back. You don't know what to do anymore. I genuinely, I'm just going to say this. I think maybe go to therapy. If you maybe find a job with health insurance that can help support going to talk to somebody. I'm not really sure what to do. This is why, I don't proofread the emails. So you guys are kind of just getting live reactions. But I think yes, you sound a little young, and I would like to send you a lot of love and support. And maybe you want to email us back and let us know what that was all about. I think I would feel more comfortable knowing more information. Okay. Was that really mean?
No.
Okay.
It was like a Hallmark. She wrote it like a Hallmark movie.
Well, she wrote it like I would give a shit. Yeah, yeah. It was 11:14. It's like, honey, this is not a
She's
Netflix
the main
doc.
character.
Yeah. It's very main character. It's very like limited series on HBO Max. It does. It feels like when I was reading that, all I was picturing was like Kirsten Stewart in the second Twilight movie when like after Edward leaves and it's just like changing seasons and she's like, he left. It's like, okay, it's time to move on. It's time to get up. Go meet Jacob. Okay. Okay. This person has pictures. Oh, wait. Oh no, that's an ad. Oh, God, you guys are freaks. Okay. Okay. Story for the pod. So this isn't a slutty girly story, but it's a super embarrassing girly story. I had my first real date experience with a guy I met in Portland. When I was 21. If you're meeting guys in Portland, you are already in trouble. I had only met him once out at a bar because he's an alcoholic. Because every guy in Portland's an alcoholic. They're all losers. And sorry, I lived there for 4 years. I'd only met him once at a bar, and because it was my first real date, I stalked the living shit out of this man before, and at the end of it, I knew every person in his family and what they did and probably the name of his childhood dog. Anyways, so the date happens, and we're drinking on our drinks, and everything is going perfectly. Then we get into the conversation about something that I'm like, oh, wait, let me look at this up and show you. Just give the actual facts, please. So I take out my phone and I open it up and zoomed in a picture of his dad's face, like quite literally his dad's whole face filling my screen. My mouth just fell open and so did his. And he looked at it and was like, is that my dad? And I completely straight-faced, matter of fact, said yes. Oh, you would like screenshotted a picture of his family. That's scary. I tried to explain it like I had to make sure he wasn't a murderer or something, but why would you screenshot? But before I went out with him, but we all know I did not need to zoom in on his dad's face to find that out. Why just his dad? Why did I zoom? I don't know. Girls aren't fucking around when they stalk. Anyways, the rest of the date was me basically trying to come back from that moment. He still tried to have sex with me, of course. I was like, I know I gotta run. That's so funny that you were like, that's the difference between men and women. Men's like, oh, she's stalking me, I'm just gonna fuck her and leave. Women are like, you stalked him and you're like, I don't really feel it. If you want to know how men and women have sex, I mean, that's absolutely incredible. Never saw him again, but he followed me on Instagram a couple of weeks later. I'm 27 now, obsessed with Feelin Girlie, by the way. Can't get enough, and it's only episode 2. Oh my God, thank you so much for listening. That's so funny. How did you want? Men are so funny that you, like, 6 years ago, went on a bad date where the girl had a screenshot picture of a zoomed up picture of your father. And 6 years later, he adds you on Instagram. By the way, trying to get that pussy. Like, that's the only reason he did it. So it's so funny to me that I'm like sweating profusely. But yeah, that is humiliating. But but like I support it and I love it. What are we at time wise?
49.
49. Okay. Well, should we do the rest of the emails on the Patreon? Okay, awesome. Guys, we're going to move over to the Patreon. If you want to sign up for the Patreon, you're more than welcome to. It's going to be $5 a month. We're going to be doing bonus episodes every single week of all emails. So yeah, if you want to hear the rest of this episode, go ahead and join the Patreon. We love you so much, girls. Bye.